Hey everybody, this is Amanda Davis, owner and founder of Business Solutions by Design, your accounting ally, coming to you from my backyard. We got some beautiful birds out here singing, and the trees are starting to come in bloom because it is spring. So I thought this would be a lovely backdrop for our video today because we're talking about audits. So soothing background for a very difficult topic. So we're going to be writing about this week the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. And the reason you would need a Taxpayer Bill of Rights is because potentially you may have gotten audited. So since we're going to be giving you a lot of written information about the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, I'm going to be talking to you more about why you would need it in terms of the audit. So we're going to focus on a federal audit from the IRS versus each individual state. So some of these may cross over, but at the end of the day, if you find yourself under audit, you should definitely seek professional advice and professional help with being represented during the audit, because you don't know what it is you don't know, and it's worth the money to have somebody else being on your side when it comes to that, that really knows the laws inside and out, be it a tax attorney or a CPA. Get somebody on your side to help you during the audit. The audit could go back 3 years, so they can select the last 3 years of taxes for inquiry for an audit. If during the audit they find something significant, they can go back further. If you're doing something wrong and you're trying to hide money and do it intentionally, they can go back indefinitely. I'm sure that doesn't apply to you, but in the case of somebody trying to evade taxes intentionally, they knew what they were doing, they could go back all the way. For a small business owner that made it oopsies, this is why you're going to have representation, somebody who can help you out. Most of those cases, if not almost all of them, can be resolved with simple solutions. Most of the time it comes down to discussions, negotiations, time, and money. So it's not the end of the world. Audits can be conducted in person or over the mail, so they could actually come down and talk to you and do interviews in person, or they could be requesting everything over the mail. If you're going to do it in person, I would recommend meeting at your representative's place of business, either your CPA or your attorney, or you can always go down to the IRS's offices and meet them there. I would highly recommend going to either your representative or go to the IRS. What are the things they could ask for if you are audited? They can ask for receipts, bills, canceled checks, legal papers, loan agreements, logs, like if you took mileage, they're going to want your mile log, tickets, medical, dental records, theft of loss, if you had any kind of loss deductions, any kind of employer documents, and other tax documents like K-1s, 1099s, that kind of stuff. So they're going to want documents of all of those things. Now, I probably just scared the bejesus out of you. And a lot of people think that there are certain type of deductions that will be more susceptible to an audit. I can't really say one way or the other. I can tell you what I typically let people know is do your due diligence, read the rules, take the test, make sure that you do qualify for the deduction, and if anything's in question, seek professional help. If it's on the fence, if it's kind of a gray area, then the rule of thumb would be your level of comfort with taking that deduction. So for example, if you know that the IRS agent is going to come knock on your door the next morning and ask you for proof and why you're taking that deduction, and you have a hard time sleeping that night, that may not be the right deduction for you to take. But definitely go seek professional advice to make sure you're doing the right thing and you're doing it in good faith and for the right purposes. Okay, now, that being said, when they are asking for all this stuff, you need to have it organized. So you can do that by using tools that we use. And we use tools that are called QuickBooks Online for self-employment for small business. So you can get QuickBooks Online and do all of your records, have all of your reports available, and all of the transactions in detail coded out. You can get HubDoc. HubDoc is a program we use for our documentation for statements and receipts and any kind of thing, any kind of document that you need. It will hold it, and it does it very, very robustly. It's a great system. And then a lot of our clients use Mile IQ for their mileage log. So if you're going to take a mileage deduction, you need to record where you went, why you went there, blah, 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 how many miles. And Mile IQ really helps you do that really efficiently. These are all paid tools, so please keep that in mind. And then the last thing you need to remember when you're doing all of this is businesses are really put there to make money. And if you're not making money for a consecutive period of time, it's typically about 5 years, your business may come into question as, is it really a business or is it actually a hobby? And the reason that's important is if you're taking losses every year consecutively for over 5 years, they're probably going to look at it and go, I don't really think you were in this to make a profit. It really looks like you're in this to, offset some taxable income, and we're just not going to let you do that. A hobby would mean that any kind of income you make would be taxable less deductions. So you would have your net profit would be taxable. But if you happen to take a loss that year, and you would otherwise have a legitimate business loss where you can actually take the loss against other taxable income on your tax return, the IRS would disallow that. So be very careful that you're running your business in a manner that is actually like a business, and the tools like QuickBooks, HubDoc, having a separate bank account, and truly operating like you are in business really does help. And if you have any questions on how to do that, you're more than welcome to reach out. We are your advocate at Business Solutions by Design. We want to make sure you have the tools and resources available. So keep us in mind, and if we're not the right fit, there's plenty of other ones like us. So make sure you get the right resources and right help to run your business. If you're ever selected for an audit, God, I hope you're not, do seek professional help. And it's not so scary. You can do this, and it's okay. You're gonna be all right. Now we picked the big audit word, and we've talked about it. So hopefully you found some good information in this video. Watch out for our written blog that's going to give you some information about the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, and we'll give you some more information next week. We're talking all things tax and legal this month in April. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Amanda Davis with Business Solutions by Design signing off. We'll see you next week.